Hi, welcome back to Workwoman. What I'd like to talk with you about today is surviving a reorganization, or merger and acquisition. If this is not something you've already worked through or been through in your career, it is something you will likely run into at some point in your work life. So I'd just like to share some thoughts I have, some suggestions and tips and tricks of working through what can be those stressful times with work. Really, a reorganization or merger and acquisition can bring anxiety and uncertainty for just about everybody. There are questions about job security, the job security of the people you've worked with, your coworkers, your boss. Questions about, will I be allowed to continue to work in the way I like to work, whether that be hybrid or in the office or work from home? How will this change or the changes impact my income and my job and the work I do? So there are a lot of questions when we're going through a reorg or a merger and acquisition situation. I think there are some things that we all can be doing to help position ourselves well to work through a reorg or a merger and acquisition. Things like, are you networking on an ongoing basis? If you're an introvert or an extrovert, there are ways to network. And I'll do a future episode of Workwoman on networking. But if you're networking and building that professional support system, that will be of great help to you. If you are saying yes and building skills and have a continuous learning mindset, that will be of great value as well. Keep your resume up to date. Keep your resume up to date and polished and in your back pocket in case there are changes that do impact you. Documenting your accomplishments. So whether or not your company does an annual review, make sure you're doing at least an annual self-review of yourself. What have your accomplishments been? Where have you met or exceeded expectations? What skills have you built? How have you engaged with other teams effectively to deliver value to the organization? Stay aware and educated of the current job market and what the value of your work is in the job market. That is really important to do on an ongoing basis. Make sure you are demonstrating accountability and great communication skills and demonstrating that ability to collaborate really well with others and manage risks and issues in a timely manner and escalate appropriately. So these are all things that if you're doing them on an ongoing basis, it can really just help bring some confidence and some peace if you're needing to work through with your company a reorganization or a merger and acquisition. I think not buying into the noise or the gossip that are going on when there is this restructure or merger and acquisition is really important. Being the calm in the storm, I think, is another way to say that. And again, not buying into the gossip or the noise. Leaders are really looking at who in the organization, which team members are the great communicators and collaborators and really engaged with their work and demonstrate accountability and build skills and have that continuous learning mindset and are able to show and demonstrate flexibility and agility. This is really something that leaders are looking at and making note of on an ongoing basis. So just being aware of that, I think, is really helpful. Make sure during a reorg, restructure, merger and acquisition situation that you are able to detach, step away, and focus on other things outside of work. The ability to live in many directions, I think, is a tremendous safety net when there are challenging times with work. So although it can be easy to build your life around work, making sure you're building your life and living your life in many directions, whether that be exercise, family, friends, hobbies, pets, music, art, your spiritual well-being and living your life in all these different ways is just really important. And the ability to get joy from these other areas can help reduce the stress that comes to us when we are going through some challenging situations with work. So do make sure you are seeking accurate information from a trustworthy source. Usually when there's a merger and acquisition, there would be a place where employees can direct questions. But if you do have any questions, make sure you're seeking out information from a trustworthy source as the company is getting ready for a reorganization or acquisition or merger with someone. Lean on family and friends and medical professionals when you are experiencing these stressful work situations. There are others there to support you, and really do take advantage of those resources. And lastly, always know that there is a path forward. Wherever that path leads, which we don't always know, there is a path forward. And if you're doing some of these things on an ongoing basis that we've talked about today, it will give you confidence that that path is going to take you somewhere that's going to allow you to build skills, learn new things. The uncertainty can be a little bit nerve-wracking, but it can also be the adventure that helps you go to an even better place. I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions, please comment, like if you like this, and I will see you next time. Thank you.